Now, the big question is, you want to know what my daily rate is? Well, okay. My daily rate is. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who aren't in the know in my previous episode, yeah, this is my new intro because I like this cool distortion. Just letting you guys know. So yeah, before I start, there's this construction happening outside, and so hopefully the mic will pick up most of my voice, but just letting you guys know there's some racket happening outside, and yeah, I wish I could do something about it, but cannot. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am Aswa. I am a commercial film director. I direct TV commercials. I've directed some major brands like Pepsi, Budweiser, Bose speakers, etc. etc. You can check out most of my work on my website at aswahan.com. Yeah, go visit it. All the information's in the description below. Let me have a drink of some of this water. Shout out to the Mill. For those of you who don't know this company, the Mill, they are, I guess you can say, they are the ILM of commercials. Really good special effects. You can check out their work on their website. The Mill, I think it's themill.com. So, today's topic is a really interesting one because it's a topic that most filmmakers avoid, or there's no clear answer. So when I started off as a commercial director, I wasn't quite sure how to set my fee as a. If you go online, like on Google, it's really hard to find any information on how, like, especially when you're starting off as a commercial director, what is, what should be your daily rate when you start off. I remember when I first started off, producers would tell me it would be like 10% of the budget of the project. Um, but then you never quite know what the budget of the project is. So I mean, it's a bit. I mean, imagine if it was like a $20,000 campaign, then you're only getting 2,000 for the project, and so I guess it took me quite a while to kind of figure out how I should set my fee. I think it also depends on where you're based, like which country you're at, because each country is different. I mean, if you started off with your daily rate as 10,000 and you were in, say, in somewhere in Southeast Asia, that's kind of high, especially when you're starting off as a director. So yeah, it depends on where you're based, and yeah, depends on which country. How much should you set your fee, especially at the start when you're starting off? Hold on, I have a whole list here of things to cover. In terms of the director's fee, it goes by their daily rate. Daily rate meaning the shooting. So if it's a 1 day shoot, you're getting paid for that 1 day, but you're not getting paid for what happens before or after. So before is like PPM, like pre-production meetings, um, recce, like when you go on like location scouting, and even for like doing the offline with the editor, online with the online artist, etc., etc. You're not getting paid for that. You're getting paid for the day you shoot. So make sure you don't put your fee too low, because you got to consider these other days that you are involved. So usually, yeah, so you have a daily rate. So if it's 2 days, then you're getting paid double the amount. So it's always good when you're on a project and it's multiple days than say just 1 day. So if it's that one project and it's, let's say, 5 days, then that's that's really good because you're getting paid for 5 days. What's better is that instead of doing like three separate projects and they are 1 day projects, then you got like PPM for them, and recce and then post-production, and same with these other two, right? But if it's that one project and you got like 4 or 5 days of shooting, then you're spending less time on all the pre-production and post. So as a director, just my advice to other directors out there, I will try and avoid letting people know what my daily rate is. Uh, the only person I would my daily rate would be the executive producer, because if he or she has a project and they're like, okay, we have this exciting project and we think you're well suited for it as well, yeah, just want to find out, yeah, what's your daily rate, etc., etc. Then I'll tell him or her what my daily rate is. But yeah, in public, or if you're at a bar and you're with friends, and you don't say like, yeah, my daily rate is $6,000, or no, don't do that. Also, yeah, there's a really good YouTube channel. I believe the filmmaker, his name is Nur, Nur. He's based in, I believe he's based in Kazakhstan. Now, his channel is great. I'd say a lot more informative than mine. But I believe he's a young director who has a whole lot of potential, and yeah, he produces great work. I think one of the biggest mistakes he made was to expose what his daily rate was as a director. And yeah, I was quite shocked, because I have to say his rate is a lot lower than I had expected. I'm just saying that as from my experience, and as a director, try to not try to not let others know what your daily rate is. Only the executive producer, because he's the one that's going to get you the job. So okay. Also, when it comes to directors' fees, okay, so your daily rate. Let's say your daily rate is 10,000 US. Okay, let's just set that as 10,000. And a production house has approached you and said, okay, I've got this cool spot and we've got 4 days. Um, but to be honest, we're on a tight budget and we can't afford to. So yeah, so we can't afford to pay you 40,000. Um, do you do a package? So there are cases where you can set your fees. So your daily rate is 10,000, but you also do a package price in case where a project has multiple days, let's say 4 or 5 days, then you can negotiate a package with the producer. Now, let's say it's a project that's overseas, so it requires the director to be flown over to another country. Now, what are the fees or the rates that you charge? Okay, so again, depending on how many days. Ooh, okay. So again, depends on how many days. So let's say it's a 2-day project. You're getting flown to Alaska. Okay, 2 days. Let's say it's 20,000, or maybe you've negotiated a package. Let's say 18,000. Okay. Now they also need to cover flight, accommodation, and per diem. What's per diem? Per diem is basically your pocket money daily. Depends on what you negotiate, but you can, per diem can be up from 50 to say $100 per day while you're there. So let's say you're there for a week. Let's say that's 6-7 days, then you're getting $600-700. That's if you're charging 100 per diem, or if it's 50, then it's half of that. So yeah, so make sure they cover your flight, accommodation, obviously your payment, and per diem. And in most cases, they will provide you the first, I guess, 50% before you leave, and usually they transfer the other 50 to your bank account. So that's how it usually works in terms of like when you're doing a project overseas. Yeah, in terms of payment, it varies. It really does. Like I've heard horror stories where people had not gotten paid for like 6 months or so. I mean, it's happened to me. Not 6 months, but it's been a couple of months. Like at least the second half of my payment. It happens in this industry. Who knows what the reason is? Sometimes it's the client that hasn't paid the agency, and then the agency haven't paid the production house yet, so on and so forth. So the best thing you can do is basically just chase after them, chase after your payment, and don't be shy about it. It's what they owe you for your services. And as a director, again, let's say it's 10,000. Yeah, try not to lower your original fee. So let's say it's 10,000. They say, oh, can we? Oh, we really got no budget. We only got 6,000. Don't take it. It's a trap. What happens is, of course, they'll say, oh, in the next project, next time we have a bigger project, then we'll consider you, and yeah, we'll pay you your full fee. But just this once, can you help us out? If you do end up agreeing to it, you fall in that trap, and that next project, they will ask for that same amount that they'll say 6,000 or 5,000 because you've agreed to it last time, and you just have to be firm. I know it's really hard, especially with the economy these days, and sometimes you need that paycheck because, yeah, work has been slow. Just be firm. Just be firm on yourself and just be like, this is this is what I'm worth. This is my brand as a director. I think every director should have their utmost limit as to, okay, I will agree to reduce my amount, but only, I mean, this would be my absolute max. Like, I can understand it's a pretty touchy subject, and yeah, this is something that I wish was more readily available for especially for young directors out there. But I've learned through experience. So just a quick recap. Don't expose publicly what your daily rate is. Secondly, when you go overseas, make sure the production house covers your flight, accommodation, obviously your fee as a director, and per diem. Okay, and lastly, try not to lower your rate, your daily rate. Be firm and keep at it. Keep at it. Yeah. If you have any questions in regards to daily rates, etc., leave them in the comment section down below. And yeah, follow me on my socials, Instagram aswa_han. I'm also on Patreon and TikTok and Facebook. Follow me on all those. Visit my website aswahan.com. Again, I'm in the process of completing my passion project, so you can, yeah, I just need some help with funds. So yeah, if you want to help out, again, go to my website. There's a donate button, and it leads you to yeah, and you can pay by PayPal, or you can go to my Patreon and become a member. Tiers start from $1 to $5, and you get a whole lot of exclusive content. What else? All right, that's it. And until then, I'll see you in the next episode.